Hello, everyone, and thank you all so much for coming out and tuning in to the Queen Tulsa Show. We are here to support Wendy Williams. Join the fight for independence. This video is dedicated to all the incredible supporters of Wendy Williams' GoFundMe campaign. We extend our deepest appreciation for your generous donations, which means so much to her during this difficult period. Wendy has been moved by your messages and wants to convey her heartfelt thanks. We invite you to keep sharing your encouraging words as they truly uplift her spirit. We will provide updates on her journey, so please stay connected. Thank you for your continued support. All right, so we are here and we're in support of Miss Wendy Williams. And I wanted to bring up some content because I know that let's see where she is on her GoFundMe. I want to go see where's Miss Wendy Williams at on her GoFundMe because the last time I checked it was like 20 29,000. Yeah, it was like 29,000. And I know her goal is like 50,000. And this is just for attorney. Okay, so she's at 29,569. So she's almost there. So she's definitely almost there. And the link to the GoFundMe is actually in this description and the description of this video. All right, give me 1 second as I go ahead. Let's see. All right. Absolutely. So right there is where you can find her GoFundMe. Let's see. Like I said, her goal is 50K and she's raised $29,569. So way to go, Miss Wendy Williams. She's got some type of progress going on and we love to see it. Now, I did want to get on over here to hot topics and we'll continue to review. We'll continue to review. Let's see. I wanted to go over here to Instagram because Instagram, they are lit with the topics. It's a lot going on the Instagram. But listen here, I am actually trying out fan base. So I'll be letting you all know. I'll be letting you all know how that's working out for me. Let's see. Let me bring up my Instagram. Okay, so we listened to this earlier, and that was Lunel. Oh, and we're live as well. Hello. Yeah, we're live on Instagram as well. All right, so let me see. Let me see. Any more hot topics? Okay, whoa. Shout out to her friends over at the Jasmine brand. Say what? Pregnant woman arrested in New York for allegedly unaliving her 1-year-old son in Georgia. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and get up into let's read the story and then we'll get into the comments. Gloria Wright, 23, accused of unaliving her 1-year-old son in Georgia, was arrested in Rochester, New York on January the 18th with the help of U.S. Marshals. Wright faced charges of first degree unalivement and child cruelty after her son was found unresponsive on January the 8th and later unalive from blunt force trauma. The acute skull fractures were not the result of an accidental fall or drop. A warrant started. She's currently carrying another child. We want her in custody for her safety and the safety of that child, said Rockdale County Sheriff's Investigator Gro Levat. It's unclear what her motive was, but prayers to the young victim in this case. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into these comments. What are the people saying? All right, someone says, so where is the fathers of the deceased and the unborn she's carrying? Someone says, shaking my, you know what? Rockdale don't play. She looks a bit off. Demonic as F. Someone says they get younger and younger. Y'all leaving emojis. Give her capital red room. Tired of people hurting kids. She looks like she shouldn't be having kids, rather treatment for something most likely rugs. Demonic, is she the one in soft underbelly film? So people have been definitely going off in a nasty way. So what do y'all think? I think that she should definitely get charged um with the maximum. That was so uncalled for, and you sat up there and you had taken your unborn's life away from the mother. Like, because now you can't even be there for the newborn. Like, and it kind of reminds me of the story with Angela Stanton King. She is, out doing better things by herself, but she didn't go down for that. She got out, she made something of herself. But yeah, she was strapped to the bed. She ended up having her baby in prison, and it was just not a good thing. It was traumatic, and it was inhumane to say the least. Okay, inhumane to say the least. So those are my thoughts and opinions. Hold on, let me see. Give me 1 second, you all. I want to try something right quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I want to see something right quick. Um, hold on 1 second. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So here we are. So what do you guys think? I feel like I said, I think that she should get the book thrown at her. And actually, let me take off of that. But I think that she needs to go and she really, first of all, she needs to get a mental evaluation to kind of see where she is and like um, why that happened first and foremost. And then I would want her to definitely deal with the deal with the deal with the situation at hand, because now her children are not there with her. Her children are not there with her at all. Well, one of them is, but one of them went to glory, so she's not even going to be there to even lay that baby to rest. All right, let's get into it. Dr. Bernice A. King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s youngest daughter, issues PSA to politicians, quoting her father, also speaks to Americans fearful of next 4 years. Okay, so his bloodline has come out and finally speaking. Okay, all right, so let's get into it. Um, B. King says to every politician, the next time you quote my father, let it be in support of voting rights, civil rights, or human rights, or in support of eradicating racism, poverty, and war, or in support of reparations, a livable wage, or ending police brutality.
Deemed of the Lord say so.
All right, let's get back into it.
Hallelujah. I want to take a moment of silence for Cornelius Taylor, who was tragically killed right across the street by a bulldozer driven by an Atlanta Department of Works employee while he was clearing an encampment of our unsheltered brothers and sisters. Can we take that moment now? Amen. Today marks 40 years since the inception of the national holiday, and this is only the third time it has coincided with the presidential inauguration. However, this time it has become a major factor for so many people because of the notable contrast in the two men who are sharing the same space in today's news cycle and on today's Gregorian calendar. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Hallelujah. I want to take a moment of silence for Cornelius Taylor, who was tragically killed right across the street by a bulldozer driven by an Atlanta Department of Works employee while he was clearing an encampment of our unsheltered brothers and sisters. For some, today's inauguration represents the best of times, make America great again. And for others, it highlights the worst of times, set America back again. For some, today's King holiday represents a day to champion freedom, justice, and democracy. For others, it's a day to decry DEI, disavow a legacy of peace, love, and justice, and distort the meaning of King's words. But regardless of how this day shows up for you, we must remember the mission and be in pursuit of it. Now, one of the most important words in the Holy Bible is remember. It is when the children of Israel forgot that they lost ground, were set back, and became subject to ruthless leaders. Instead of focusing on the land that God had promised them, the people were afraid and complained about the obstacles and the enemies. As a result, the very thing they feared came upon them, and that generation never reached the promised land. My father and those that aligned with his leadership were faced with impossible circumstances. They dealt with recalcitrant and defiant leaders. They lacked political representation. They didn't have laws or policies in place to buttress them. Yet they didn't recoil or retreat. In spite of Bull Connor and his dogs, water hoses, and billy clubs, in spite of Governor George Wallace, who said segregation today, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever, in spite of Sheriff Jim Clark, the people who use violence to beat back people seeking to register to vote, in spite of Southern Dixiecrats who were determined to keep segregation legal by signing a Southern Manifesto, today's Project 2025, who use violence to beat back people.
God, we're asking you not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill in Mississippi, from every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day for all of your children. Black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile will be able to sing in the meaning of that old Negro spiritual, free at last. Free at last. Thank you, God Almighty. We are free at last. If you believe where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Come on, put your hands together and give your great God great glory. God, we're asking you not.
At that point, as we sit here today, we are a nation that is divided, fractured, struggling to communicate. What do you think your father would make of this moment in which we find ourselves?
So even I, as the son, can only speculate. None of us would actually know. What I can say is from his past writings, number one, he wrote a book back in 1967. His last book was entitled, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community? And I would say in the last quite over a number of years, 10 years, we've seen a lot of chaos. Some of it constructive, some of it destructive. I think Dad would always want to err on the side of how do we create constructive engagement? How do we build the beloved community?
At point, as we sit here.
All right, so you already know we like to go to the comments and pretty much see what the people in the comments are saying. So let's go ahead and go on over here. And shout out to Hollywood Unlocked
At
for
point.
providing us the content and the story. It says Dr. Bernice King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s youngest daughter, issues a PSA to politicians, quoting MLK Jr., and encourage Americans who may be fearful of the next 4 years. Socialites thoughts. Let me guess, you all going to turn on her too now, huh? Someone says, no lies told. Are y'all listening? MLK. I know that's right. Them laughing in the back is crazy. Um, People have really lost their damn minds with the disrespect. Then it says reparations. I hear that of they want to quote them. Wow, she spoke a word. Um, Heavy on the human rights. So, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot, and things are heating up as we go along. All right, piles of trash, including purses found outside Capital One Arena after Trump inauguration. Now, listen here. I don't know if y'all seen this, but women they were leaving their purses, their bags. I mean, you name it, because you couldn't bring anything up into the inauguration. Like you couldn't bring nothing, and people they were able to get like up close and personal with everybody, you know. And so there was no purses, there were no nothing. Pretty much like if you didn't have like all clear anything, they didn't care if you had all clear anything. They was definitely not letting you in. And so I say that to say this. Piles of trash, including purses found outside. Whoa, hold on. Okay. Piles of trash, including purses found outside Capital One Arena after Trump inauguration. Let's get into it.
I've never seen nothing this insane in my life. I've been around the world, been to a lot of places around the world. I've never seen nothing this insane. This is trash. I see why she left it.
I didn't go inside. I wasn't here early enough, but everyone who was apparently wasn't told that they had to leave their bags, dropped them all. I found a bag with a car key in it, so I was able to contact the person through their college ID, and I'm waiting to give her car key back.
You went out.
It's unbelievable, man. Just to see how many people would, leave their own belongings here. It's unbelievable. And to see people, I mean, I think this stuff should be donated,
Yeah.
for the people in need. But it's just crazy to see. I mean, you got rotten apples in here. You've got hand warmers, all types.
I've never seen nothing this insane.
Oh my goodness, listen here. That is just like a Oh my God, that is like a sweet deal. I know they had like Louis Vuittons out there. There were women and men that were like I said, leaving all of their belongings out there, but it was free to the public. So if you were there, would you have ramshacked through some purses and things like that? Would you have gotten you some items? Let us know. Okay, let's
Of
go.
junk.
It just feels weird to see all these bags. People have left a lot of really cute bags all over the place because they couldn't take it into the arena, and now they're probably going to go into the like landfill.
Of junk.
It just feels weird to see all these bags. People.
Okay, so get into that. They had it to where people they couldn't take their purses or things like that into the arena. So guess what? They had to leave them out there and people were ramshacking. I mean, and the cops couldn't do anything because it was free.
In my life, I've been around the world. I've been to a lot of places around the world. I've never seen nothing this insane. This is trash. I see why she left it.
I didn't go inside. I wasn't here early enough, but everyone who was apparently wasn't told that they had to leave their bags, dropped them all. I found a bag with a car key in it, so I was able to contact the person through their college ID, and I'm waiting to give her car key back.
You would know.
Listen here, y'all. That was like Christmas for some people. Okay, that was like Christmas for some people. Let's be honest and let's be clear. That was Christmas for some people. And, that's a lick, because there could have been money left behind, because at the end of the day, it is not that serious to where I'm about to leave my belongings behind. I know on an earlier viral video, I saw like a Louis Vuitton purse out there, and this lady, she got it. hmm So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. Oh, did we read the comments? No, we didn't. Okay, so let's get into these comments. Someone says, "Why did I see Plies at first?" Is the first guy the same guy from that viral video on the plane? I thought all the trash was inside the arena. Come on, common sense ain't common. Laughing my A off. Is this real? That first guy got me cracking up. Now I see why she left it. I would have been having me a yard sale tomorrow with all them bags. This is the best inauguration video up right now. Up right. Oh my goodness, let me slow down. This is the best inauguration video up right out now. The levels of stupid never fails to befuddle, but this was good for a healthy chuckle. This is some Jim Jones-ish. I hope they all drink the Kool-Aid together. Someone else says, oh, wait, I saw a Prada. Oh, see, somebody was scoping out, scoping out. They really love Trump to throw your purses away. Absolutely, they do. Trump supporters are brainwashed for real. Ain't no Birkins in that pile. Probably plenty of Michael Kors. The Facebook market Depop would have hate to see me coming. That's what I was saying. Like, listen here, baby, I would have went to the nearest business and asked for trash bags. Give me 2 or 3 trash bags. And now it's time for me to haul these purses right on up out of here. Baby, I'm a part of the cleanup crew. Okay. I'm a part of the cleanup crew. All right. So let's go ahead and move on from there. We got to read the comments. All right, here we go. Okay, it says Georgia stud who unalived her girlfriend's autistic child gets 250 years. Oh my goodness, y'all. Get into this.
Paper in her mouth. And the next morning she wouldn't wake up. When he tried to wake her up, and then After that, she got put in a container with a lid on it and got put in the trunk of a car and drove to the Bad Kids Hospital.
Gwinnett County Police later found Amari's body in a wooded area near Stone Mountain Freeway. After the discovery, police say Amari's mother told them Celeste Owens killed Amari, then transported her body in a rented U-Haul truck to where she was found. An autopsy revealed Amari had several fractured ribs, internal bleeding, and signs of malnourishment. Her determined cause of death, battered child syndrome. Owens denies any involvement.
You are hereby sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. It's 19 and 21. The court does hereby sentence you to consecutive 235 years. So life without parole plus 235 years. You will never see the light of day to perpetrate this type of behavior, cruelty, and
Yeah, them two little bull daggers got what they deserved.
Well, listen here. The people have spoken, and I feel like that, oh my goodness, like you took her daughter away from her.
I told people.
You didn't unalive your girlfriend's autistic child. Atlanta case update. Justice served. What's the name of this case so I can Google? Let's see. Brittany O's case on YouTube. My mom was just locked up with them. Okay, let me write that down too, child, because we need to go over here. It's like, what? Why in the blazing bejesus would you do that? Oh my goodness. Let me see. This is a lot. Someone says Brittany O's case, YouTube. My mom was just locked up with them. The mother blaming the girlfriend. But honestly, she knew everything. What? That was going on and was a part of the whole thing. The mother deserved the same as the girlfriend because she don't act like this bother her at all. Oh my goodness. So what did they do to the mother? I'm a stud and my girl have a 7-year-old child that I raised from the age of 1, and I couldn't dream of hurting her or her mom. I take good care of them both from day one. This is heartbreaking. Absolutely. I mean, there's people out here that actually want to raise their family, right? And you got individuals like this that make the community like look so, malnourishment. Yes. So you starving the child. They said malnourishment. That means that baby haven't had nothing to eat. Heart is aching for this mother. Absolutely. It's heartbreaking. It's like, and I'm pretty sure she had something to eat. Pretty sure she had something. I remember this. The mom lied and said the little girl was missing and she didn't know where she were. So sad. Oh, so the mama was, oh my God. Now I'm gonna have to look into the story. See, I got so many people up in here sounding off. I got so many people in here sounding off. So I'm gonna have to do my own research, y'all.
It's just tragic to me to see what's happening. It's not just
Okay, so they say Kevin Powell on Snoop Dogg used poked hip hop in the back with Trump performance. Y'all, let's get into this. What did he
The
say?
Snoop Dogg and the rappers is Carrie Underwood, who, as you know, Harvey supported gay marriage and has come out around gun control in one of her songs called The Bullet. Snoop Dogg has this history. I interviewed Snoop Dogg when I was working for Quincy Jones Vibe magazine, one of the first major cover stories, if not the first cover story of Snoop ever. And he has a long history in relationship to community. I mean, hip hop was created by poor people, working class people, the same poor people that Dr. King told us not to forget are the folks who created hip hop, African Americans, West Indians, and Latinx folks in New York City. And this culture has expanded, as you both know. It's a global industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, but it's also something that's impacted literally 3 or 4 generations of people. And what they are trading in, be it Carrie Underwood as a country music star or Snoop as a rapper and Soulja Boy and Rick Ross and Waka Flocka and Nelly, they're trading in their very constituents for a bag of money. That's essentially what's happened here.
Is that what you attribute it to for these people who did perform, just wanting to collect a paycheck, or has there actually been a sea change, like Harvey said, within the hip hop community?
I think there's a sea change of a lack of values across America, period. I mean, think about it. Can you imagine Bruce Springsteen or Johnny Cash or Nina Simone or Joni Mitchell or Bob Dylan, folks like Harry Belafonte? I can go down a list of people. Can you imagine them? Madonna, Prince. Can you imagine these folks actually getting in bed quite literally with someone who espouse things that are racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, anti-immigrant? I mean, we can go down a list of things that have been said. It's saying to me that you don't really even care about the people who have supported you all these years, including folks who might be Black, or queer, etc. All you care about is your own career, your own access, and again, that bag of money. So there's no shift in values, or there's no sea shift. There's just a lack of values completely. I've never seen anything like this. I never thought I would see Snoop Dogg in particular.
So how do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about Snoop Dogg performing up there at, President Donald Trump's inauguration? Now, in the past, he said, which one of the coons was going to sit up there and perform for Donald Trump? He's going to sit back, he's going to wait, and he's going to rat tat 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 tat. He was going to get his pen and paper and he was going to go in on you. And then now the clip has resurfaced because he had a clip, and like I said, it goes back to Angela Stanton King. Her face was on this, I know it was her, Angela Stanton King, it was Candace Owens, and it was some more people. So do y'all feel like Snoop Dogg or Nelly is better than these people? And like I told y'all just the other day, I told y'all that Nelly was having financial issues. He had got pulled over, he got arrested, and he had no registration, bad tag, I think bad insurance. And so that's what it was, that's just what it was. And so now he's at the inauguration, he's got that pressure up off his shoulders, he's got some money in his pocket. Now he can, move forward and, hopefully pay off some of those debts, allegedly. Okay. Hi, Tiara. How are you doing? Lovely. Good to see you. Yes, absolutely. How you doing? Listen, free Miss Wendy. Yes, and that's free Miss Wendy until it's backwards. Yes. Okay. Now listen here. I really want to know, what do y'all think? What do y'all feel? I'm going to open up the call-in number. I will have this open and we'll actually just put it right there. And I want to know, do y'all feel like Snoop Dogg should have performed and got that money? Do you all feel like Soulja Boy should have performed and got the money? Because Soulja Boy went online and he had these stacks of hundreds. He had it up to his ear like a phone. He was like, forget y'all. He was like, F Biden, F Kamala, they didn't call him to perform and things like that. So, hey, he went where the money was. They say follow the money. I'm gonna ask y'all, Would y'all perform at the inauguration if you were offered, let's say, $500,000? Would you go up there and sing? I want to know. Y'all are watching. Let me know. It's okay to come out from the clouds. Would you perform at the presidential inauguration? Oh, let me put the phone line number up. Tiara says, yes, it's not personal, it's business. Okay. 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 Now listen here. I would say the same thing. And what I would do is I would I would take some, of course, pay some bills because of course I'm doing it because I need to do something, or, get that mansion, or, get that property that I want, and pay the contractors off, you know, pay the contractors off because I want those animals and things like that. I need them all to be secured in the gates. And then we are going to, like the rappers, on Thanksgiving, we're going to hand out turkeys. The rappers do it all the time. Listen here, they would collect money all year round and only have a turkey to offer you. But listen here, we're not only going to have turkeys, but we're going to have a hot cooked meal for you for the holidays, okay? Trust and believe. Y'all know how Portia did back in the day for the Hosea Williams Foundation. I love that Portia when she was back in that day. She was just so innocent and she just loved the Lord. Whew. It's like, I don't know what spirit then jumped on Portia Pooh, but we got to keep it on the content. All right. So Kevin Powell has spoken, and his feelings are valid. I mean, because everybody has an opinion. His opinion, his point of view, I can't trip on that. That's how that man feels. That's how that man feels. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Why is Fetty Wap in jail and not Fat Joe? He was moving weight too, along with Fetty, allegedly. So the Negro goes to jail, but the white Latina is free. Trump, please deport this racist Latina as well. What? What is going on?
Hey, what's in that bag?
What is going on? Tasha K say Fetty Wap is in jail. He in jail? Oh Lord, Fetty Wap is in jail. Lord Jesus. Oh my God, what's going on? I didn't even know that he was in jail. Didn't know. He gotta go. Oh, they may cancel him, so he has to be careful what he say. Where are you gonna deport him to? The Bronx? Oh, he definitely is. Oh no, he a nigga too. Remember, if this ain't a reach for the stars, Tosh, you should be more worried about your African husband getting sent back. You know that marriage is a little suspect. You and him have. Oh, the people are sounding off. They are jumping off in the comments, honey. Let's get into it. Someone says, she's so whack, sweetie. He's Puerto Rican. You know what Bruta means? Oh. Tasha, Latina is reference to female, and Latino is for male. No, for real. Big back. You can't deport Puerto Ricans. Yes, deport his blank back to America. Yeah. Ooh. Listen, I am so, listen here, y'all. This has me rolling. All right.
What's the process to get records?
Okay, it says Facebook and IG saves all your online info for cops, even if you delete it. Says they keep the info if cops are needed. Oh, child, let's get into it.
From Instagram.
Sure. So, in order to get the records from Instagram, there is a law enforcement portal for which law enforcement can request a preservation of an account. So that means that any data that is currently active or posted on that account will be preserved by the parent company Meta, and even if it is deleted off of the page of that user, if there is a preservation request in place, that data will be kept. It might not be present on the user's interface if it's deleted for others to see, but the company keeps it.
What's the process to get records from Instagram?
Sure. So, in order to get the records from Instagram, there is a law enforcement portal for which law enforcement can request a preservation of an account. So that means that any data that is currently active or posted on that account will be preserved by the parent company Meta, and even if it is deleted off of the page.
So listen here, child. Listen, if you are up on there and you are doing some things that you know that you're not supposed to be doing, and you get caught up, and see, this is my thing. Know the people that you are around. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you grown and this, that, and the third, but you got anything going on? And listen here, nowadays you're having to really take it up a notch and get background checks, right? So, background 101, my inspiration, one of my good girlfriends in the community, Simone Redwine, she has this book, and I believe it's like $19.99 that you can get. I'll definitely tag it in this video, but it would be something that you could maybe get as like a quick read. Or, if you guys want to gift me the book, I mean, that would be amazing. I won't read it out because I want more of everybody to get the book, and maybe we could do like a book club. But that right there, it will fall in line with our true crime. So I'm really into like the true crime. I want to know about these stories. I want to know I want to follow these trials. I mean, for heaven's sakes, we have so many trials. We have so much going on. ASAP Rocky is in trial. They were just arguing back and forth. Are they going to call Rihanna his significant other or his wife? You've got, who else is in court? You're going to have Diddy in court here soon. You're going to have, who else is in court? Megan Thee Stallion. Child, there are videos floating around of her stepping on glass. They say it was at the scene. So, like I said, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. All right. So let's get into our next story. All right. Press Trump withdraws U.S. from World Health Organization. Oh my goodness. Who is this providing the ABC News? What the F? It says, Press Trump signed an executive order withdrawing the United States from the World Health Organization, which is a United Nations agency that works with government entities and other partners to improve the health of people and communities worldwide. Y'all voted for him. His co-followers don't care. He could start eating babies and they would follow him. They will follow suit in the name of their Lord Trump. You know what? This is going to be the longest 4 years ever. Oh, wait. It might last longer than 4 years. Oh, Lord. Not very pro-life of him. Don't complain now. Y'all voted for him. Maggot Republican ignorance has brought America to its knees. without who cousin 19 would have unalived 10 times as many Americans, and not to mention the health and wellness advancement that comes from our partnership with them. Y'all, let's just say a prayer. Someone says, "Good job, America. This clown will be the demise of our country." You know what? It just breaks my heart. I'm just overwhelmed with this. I think that please sound off in the comments. Let us know your thoughts, your
But
feelings.
she already got hers. You can see. I don't know what I want to see what I'm all right, I'll be Jim. 1, 2. Hey, 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 Sean. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, yeah. Sean. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, you right. Sean.
Oh, how beautiful. That was Miss Tina Turner and the Ikettes rehearsing their routine before a show. How beautiful. I love Miss Tina Turner. Oh my
The
goodness.
White House government website, the Spanish version, cannot be found anymore. And in this little box that takes you to the homepage, the words that they chose to use are "go home."
Oh no.
The White House government website.
You know what? And this, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I don't care what, like I have Mexican friends that oh my goodness, y'all. I just want them to know that I love them and I care about them. And I never, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna get into the legalities of things like that, but I love them, I care about them, and whether if it's them, some of them have family members that, have paper issues, but they were, working and making a living for their families and providing, also sending money home back. And this is my thing. America can be so damn greedy at times because some of y'all get paid and y'all don't look y'all people's way. You know, I'm gonna say you know, we as a whole. Sometimes, we just I don't know. We got to take accountability for that, y'all. This should be a time for us to revamp, come together, pull together our resources, and work together and be united. This is the perfect time. What other time than now? Well, I guess that's wishful thinking. All right, let's get into it. So, what's our next story? No, let's get into the comments.
The White.
Okay, so somebody says, "Wow, the fact sheet on women's reproductive health care is gone too is showing the same not found." Oh my goodness. The Latino vote pushed him over the top, but he gonna show y'all how much he really appreciate y'all good folks. This is just to begin to do better. Oh, this is so sad. This cannot be real. Maybe it's the transition period and it will be back soon. And this is just starting at day one. This is sad. The word of the day is cacostocracy. Outrageous, shameful, embarrassing, rise up, resist, revolution. We are under attack. The sage continues. Now is an occupation. It's time to wake up and recognize we are dealing with bad faith actors. These are just other
Monday.com,
people saying,
the opposite of any work platform we try to.
Dr. King is often reduced to a mythical figure akin to Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. We must always remember that he, along with countless others whose names we may never know, put their lives on the line for the rights we enjoy today. Today, I watched for the first time a video of Dr. King's father needing help after attending his son's funeral. I bet many of y'all haven't seen it before either. On this day and in the days to come, let's not forget that Dr. King's legacy was far more than just a dream for equality. It was the result of a generational struggle. And now the torch is in our hands. That was a little emotional. I gotta admit, I was a little emotional.
A lot more is happening in the world than the inauguration of someone who represents fascism in this country and the world. And if we look back at struggles for justice and equality, we find that there aren't often propitious moments for those struggles. We've always confronted waves of conservatism. And while we cannot create the conditions for the struggles in which we engage, we can bring our determination. We can bring our vision for a better future. It was Dr. King who said that, that we cannot capitulate to finite disappointments.
All right. So there you have it. Okay.
Do you know this story? Probably not, right? I feel like it's not.
Hold on. How Jimmy Carter made a wrongfully convicted unaliver his daughter's White House nanny. Get into
Told
this.
enough, but it's how Jimmy Carter believed in a woman, her honor, her innocence so much that he brought her to the White House to help take care of his children while she was on parole on a murder conviction. Here's a little bit more of what we talked about today on Good Day LA.
Mary Prince. Carter dedicated his 2005 memoir to her. She was convicted of murder in 1970, and in 1977, the Carters actually moved her to D.C. into the White House to work as a nanny for their children. She had been a model prisoner who initially cared for a 3-year-old Amy Carter while working as an inmate trustee at the Georgia governor's mansion. But when Carter's term as governor ended, she had to go back to jail, which is why they worked to get her to D.C. Thing is, she had long maintained her innocence, and the Carters believed in it. It's reported that she met with her public defender for only about 10 minutes total, and he convinced her to plead guilty. She thought she'd get leniency, but was sentenced to life. In Rosalind Carter's memoir, she wrote that Prince was, quote, young, Black, and penniless, so she did as she told her and got a life sentence in return. Mary Prince followed the family back to Plains, Georgia, where she actually still lives today, just a couple blocks away from the Carter home. She was later pardoned, with Carter writing, quote, a re-examination of the evidence in trial proceedings by the original judge revealed that she was completely innocent. He has multiple times called her an important part of his family.
Do you know this story? Probably not, right? I feel like it's not.
Well, you know what? Thank God, like she got out of that situation. And to be honest, her living situations may not have been ideal, but moving into the White House and experiencing, that luxury of food and stuff like that, because they had the good food. You know what I'm saying? And you know how it was back in the day. No shade. He was probably getting him some tail. You know what I'm saying? But she was a grown woman, So allegedly, no shade, no shade. A lot of them was down with the swirl back then. Okay, let's not get brand new. Okay. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get into these comments. Let's see what somebody said.
Do you know this?
Someone says he was truly an angel among us. Yes. He also wrote a personal letter to my great grandfather's funeral as a friend and one of the most successful black farmers in the state of Georgia. I'm a great community meter, Georgia. All right then. We love Uncle Jimmy. He was literally one of the nicest and sweetest people I ever had the pleasure of meeting in my life. My grandfather used to take us to build Habitat for Humanity homes with him, a real Georgia treasure. Oh, I live in a former Habitat for Humanity house. Our elderly neighbor said Jimmy Carter himself worked on it. Always been a point of pride for us. RP to a great man. I remember going to the Jimmy Carter's museum. Was this the museum? Was something of Jimmy Carter's. Oh my God, I can't. What a beautiful soul. He was a special human being. I went to Coretta Scott's funeral and he was so nice. He gave me some candy. All right, then. I had the chance to meet him and shake his hand many years ago while serving at the Carter Center. That's what it was. He was so kind and polite. My mom said he was a great president. All right, so there we have it. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so it says a viral video of bottle girls debating on who would have been a better tipper, Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, child. Let's get into
What's
it.
up, y'all? It's Odyssey. We're back at KOD, and we're going to go around and ask the girls a couple more questions and see what their responses are going to be. Who do you think would have tipped better, Malcolm X or Martin Luther King?
Malcolm. He was a street like.
But Martin love them hoes. You ain't know that?
I didn't.
Oh, girl, he do.
But Malcolm, because yeah, I'm gonna go with Malcolm.
Malcolm X, because he loves his black women.
Okay, all right, there it is.
Malcolm, sorry.
I ain't gonna lie, Malcolm probably would have been spending them racks. Malcolm would have probably been spending them racks. I love Martin. That's my but Malcolm, he probably been, hey baby girl.
Yeah. Malcolm X.
Everybody I say that.
I don't know. I feel like Martin Luther King, they were locked in. Him and his wife.
They don't know. Martin love them women. I would just say that. Martin love them women. I say Martin Luther King because a lot of people. What's up, y'all? It's Odyssey. We're back at KOD, and we're gonna go around and ask the girls a couple more questions and see what their responses are gonna be. Who do you think would have tipped better, Malcolm X or Martin Luther King?
You know what? I think I don't know, child. That's a little different. That's different. Oh no. I want to stay away from that, but child, they talking about some Malcolm X.
Don't know. Martin love them hoes. Okay, he really did.
Martin Luther King. Even though I rock with Malcolm, I think that Martin Luther King would just, be like, here, let me bless you real quick.
Yes. You know what? Let's be honest. Yes, Martin would be like the big tipper. Let's just be honest. Okay. Let's just be honest. Let me see. Was there another story that I wanted to
The best podcast software.
Carlos Scotland, a confessor.
Yes, it was this one. Y'all, hold on. Man who unalived transgender woman at Woodward Inn sentenced to 17 to 30 years. Let's get up into this. This is it.
Killer walks into court for his sentencing. The 19-year-old pleaded guilty in November to killing 36-year-old Asia Davis, a transgender woman of color, in her room at the Woodward Inn in Highland Park on June 1st of 2023.
Her beautiful, infectious smile and bubbly personality was taken away from us on the first day of Pride.
Julissa Abad, trans advocate and friend of Asia Davis, says just as Pride Month was getting underway, a celebration of the LGBTQ community, Asia Davis was shot in the head. Video showed a man at the hotel running from her room.
Only 2 people were in that room that night, and we'll ever know the true events of what happened. What we will know is that Asia Davis was shot execution style in the back of the head and left for dead.
Abad remembers racing to the scene when she found out a transgender woman had been killed, only to find out it was her friend.
The last memory that I have is seeing my friend on the floor outside of the hotel corner room with blood streaming all over the floor.
Months of investigation led to the arrest of Carlos Scotland, who was just 17 at the time of the crime. Abad says the stigma surrounding the transgender community leads to homelessness, unemployment, and too many people are forced to turn to sex work to make money.
The sad reality is, particularly in the Black and brown community, men that are enamored with trans women cannot be themselves and have to resort to loving us in private and killing us in public, than have anybody know of their association with us.
Abad says Asia Davis had hopes and dreams. She was studying to be a nurse, but Carlos Scotland took that all away, pleading guilty to second-degree murder, sentenced to 17 to 30 years behind bars.
He's being held accountable for the crime that he did, so for that I am grateful. I want my community to continue to be vigilant and come forward and report these crimes so that we can continue to get justice.
In Detroit, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News. Carlos Scotland, a confessed killer, walks into court for his sentencing.
So yes, Carlos definitely needs to get what he's going to get when he enters those walls, because first and foremost, honey, nobody deserves to be taken up out of here. And prayers up to my sister Asia. She didn't deserve that, and it's just so interesting, like how these people be moving. You know, let's just be safe. We're in a time and day where we do not have to feel like we can't tell these people. Make sure it's in a safe manner. Don't put yourselves in predicaments where it's not safe, ladies. That's for trans women, that's for biological women, that's for men. I mean, because it can happen to any of us, but really the Black trans woman is very dangerous out here because, like they said, they want to love on us in private and delete us in public. That's a problem. That's a problem. Just a moment of silence for her and all the other ladies that we've lost to violence. All right. So, yes, that was our last topic of the hour. We want to thank you so much for sticking around with us. I really enjoyed myself this evening. It was very fun. And the topics, they were triggering. But thank y'all for sticking through the live with me. And I try to keep the lives to like an hour because, like, anything over an hour, I know, like, I'll be like trying to zoom through and stuff like that. So I try to keep it to an hour so y'all don't have to, like, oh my God, it's a 2-hour live. But yes, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you so much for believing in me. Please continue to hashtag free Wendy Williams, free Miss Wendy. Also, let me get over here to this. Her GoFundMe. And this is just for representation, to get the ball rolling, bringing some attention to it, who can help her, get some of her money back, if not all. Oh, they're at 29,619. And her goal is $50,000. Okay, let me see. And I'm going to drop the link in the chat I'm going to drop that link, and then I'll drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and sound off on any of the topics that we discussed on this live podcast. We do have the phone lines that are open, so if anybody wants to call in, feel free to call in. That stuff is real. All right. Nobody called in. Nobody hit the link. So I think it's very safe for us to say that this was a great broadcast. All right. Thank you all so much. And I look forward to seeing you on the next broadcast. Make sure you set your notifications to all and so you don't miss another live broadcast. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. So